I always said the day that I was going to turn 26, I was going to have a quarter life crisis. And oh man, did I hit a quarter life crisis. Hey, how y'all doing? Guys, I didn't abandon you on purpose. I was going through a lot, okay? I got a new job twice since we've last spoken. I turned 26, hit a quarter life crisis, and I went through a breakup. One of those like gut-wrenching, life-altering, I'm being really dramatic. I went through a rough breakup. I don't have it all figured out. That was my issue with me creating content while I was going through this very transitional period in my life. It was like, how am I going to sit here and talk about relationship advice when my own dating life was an absolute shambles? And quite frankly, it still is. It just felt like I had no aspect of my life put together, because then you looked at my job, and I've had 2 new jobs since we last spoke. When I was going through my breakup, I got my first job, which was actually really good for me, because when I moved to Houston, I almost immediately met my boyfriend, and his life became my life. Backtrack to 3 years ago when all of this kind of started, so you guys really understand what the hell's been going on over here in Hurricane Samira land. 3 years ago, I moved here. I decided I'm going to start my life over from scratch when I was moving here from San Antonio, which was wonderful for me. I loved it. I actually didn't do anything for like 3 months or 6 months when I first moved out here. Almost immediately when I start socializing, I meet my then boyfriend, who I was convinced was the love of my life. But because I had not established my own personal life here first, like his social life became my life, and I was kind of working from home at the time. I was in between jobs. I didn't really know what the hell I was doing. Still don't really know what the hell I'm doing half the time, but whatever, we're figuring it out. Him and this relationship kind of became a really large part of my identity here in Houston. So when it comes time for us to break up, I was like, what does my life in Houston look like without him? What does my life look like without him? Because I had not built these other pillars of my life. So I start panicking. Thankfully, I'd just gotten a new job, and this job kind of became my lifeline during a breakup, because 1, it was a really good distraction. 2, it allowed me to throw myself into something new. And then things went left with the job. So I got a new job. And then I turned 26. And something about turning 26 really, really did it for me, because I just felt like my life was a mess in all aspects, okay? Like I was really living up to the Hurricane Samira username. Dating life, shambles. Work life, figuring it the fuck out. What really bothered me is that I felt like I had no purpose. That's what really bothered me. So much of my identity growing up was, I'm gonna grow up to be a mother and a wife. That's really banking on the fact that I'm gonna find a husband. And guys, it's not looking great out here these days, Where do I get off coming on here talking to you guys about advice when I'm figuring it the fuck out? And that's when it hit me. We don't ever stop figuring it the fuck out, do we? Life is just this constant cycle of figuring it the fuck out, because I don't think we ever really know what the fuck we're doing. I think that's the whole point, actually. And once you think you have it figured out, because this has happened to me, I've been like, got it all figured out. I know exactly what the fuck I'm doing. I'm on the right track. And then all of a sudden, life will throw a curveball will happen, a breakup will happen, a new job. Guys, I've gotten 2 new jobs since we last spoke. Okay, that's how chaotic things have been over here. So I'm looking at my life and I'm like, okay, I'm 26 years old, no boyfriend, no solid career path, no purpose. I just felt like it was time for me to realign. I think I used to see this channel as me coming on here and giving big sister advice. And big sisters, mind you, I don't even have sisters. I'm literally an only child. But I feel like if I were to have a big sister, she would have her life put together. Big sister advice is from girls who are put together. I don't feel put together. I feel like a damn mess all the fucking time. Just felt inauthentic to come on here and talk. I felt like I had the knowledge. I felt like I didn't have the place to speak to you guys. If I wait to have it all together to come and, talk about things, because I never ran out of things to talk about. I've always had things to talk about, okay? I could talk to a fucking wall. I promise you I never ran out of things to talk about. I just was waiting for a moment that I don't think is ever going to come, okay? I'm never going to feel like I have my life together. And, I'm figuring it out along the way. You're figuring this out along the way. I think we can figure this out together. We're both learning lessons. Like, why don't we just sit here and fucking talk about it? So we feel a little less alone. So, there's a lot of things to figure out in your early 20s, mid 20s. I don't know. Guys, I'm not even early 20s anymore, am I? Because I'm 26 and I'm old. So anyways, all that to say, I'm back and I'm very happy to be back.